it is time to eliminate racism. So racism also includes reverse racism, and people, I get surprised when people say, I'm a black person or I'm a white. You know, what is that? Right? It's supposed to be a woke community. In the video today, I'm going to be discussing these topics. For those of you who don't know me, I am Osman. Hashtag the blind Muslim yogi. I am a bioenergy healer on a master level with telepathic healing capabilities, specializing in critical care recovery and terminal illnesses, amongst a host of other physiological, psychological, and even spiritual ailments. And also, I'm an advanced level yoga and meditation teacher, having been practicing this art form for almost 50 years and teaching now for 46 years. In that time, I've studied under various amazing, great masters from different schools of thought, different cultures, and across the globe, from the Far East, the Middle East, the West, and including the scientific communities. And I've created my own unique protocols over that period, basically making things quicker, faster, easier, shorter, more time efficient, and results oriented, basically adapted to the 21st century. To that end, I now have students in over 100 countries. And my favorite protocol is my 5-minute yoga and meditation program, which you can download for free by visiting my website, your yogawellness786.com. Please also remember my therapies are all natural based and not a replacement for medical treatment. So I very often hear, I'm a black person, and I'm a black woman, and I'm a black man, and I'm black, and they get upset with using the N word and so forth. You should get upset by even be calling black or white people are not black. There's no black people and white people. There's darker complexion, lighter complexion, and different genetics, and people intermarrying, and you have to look back history further than the period when people colonized and created colonies of certain similar type of where they happen to be of similar genetics, maybe because they lived so long together, hundreds or thousands or eons together, right? But everyone came from one humanity originally, and they split up into different parts of the world, and environmental factors and so forth adjusted the skin color, skin capacity, and the capacity to this thing, and people adapted over a lot of years, right? The genetics is there, and also genetic influences and so forth. But anyone can marry anyone, right? There's no black and white and all this thing, right? And mixed people, what is that? And then you're doing a test to know who you are. So I want to give you a good example, right? I was in Turkey, and this amazing lady, I met her, and I keep thinking of her. She's so amazing. It was very nice communicating with her, and she's very nuanced in her thinking as well. And she said, she comes from Indonesia originally. Of course, she's living in Turkey. She's not no longer in Indonesia, but still Indonesian passport holder, born in Indonesia, and who follow the Indonesian culture. A lot of people born in Indonesia, they're not following Indonesian culture. They're following the modern culture, the woke. They don't want to follow the old traditions. And who's following the old traditions, right? What percentage of people, going to church and say, it's just calling yourself a Christian, right? Labeling, okay, I'm going to church. There's a Christian this thing, and I'm following that method, right? But doesn't mean not that you are Christian. Okay, you're following Christianity for this part of your life, of your journey. Maybe you will change in the future, who knows, right? And not everyone who goes to church were always Christian. There were people who changed to become Christian, and people evolve from Christian to other, to spiritual, and from spiritual to woke, right? From woke to like the scientific community, right? Where and then there's all these things, identifying with a particular race. Coming back to this lady, I was talking to, said, I'm an Indonesian, and I said, what do you mean you're Indonesian? You're not an Indonesian. Maybe you're born in Indonesia, maybe you hold an Indonesian passport, or maybe you believe strongly in the original or the currently authentic practices of the Indonesian cultures. But even in Indonesia, there are multiple different cultures. There is the majority Muslims are in Indonesia, and she's Christian, right? She's not following the majority Muslim culture, right? So I can't really say Indonesian culture. There's many cultures within Indonesia itself, right? So what do you mean? Don't identify as an Indonesian, American, black, white, all those things. You can change. You can move to another country, right? You can move to the U.S. and get a green card. Then you're a U.S. citizen, right? Then you're a U.S. passport holder. So does that mean you're an American? No, you are living in the US. Don't identify yourself, your identity. Yes, in English language, they say American because of that, it means that, and all that long story. I'm saying don't identify don't make your identity that. What does it mean? If you're, I can become American too. When I know decades ago, I'm from South Africa, and they said, go to the US, right? And I never wanted to because I love my country. My country is so amazing, so beautiful. Yes, there is some negative sides to it and so forth, right? And I traveled over 100 countries. I never wanted to change my passport. Of course, now because I'm, so long away from my home country and so forth, and I'm considering, for ease of um, keep changing the visa and all those things. And maybe I want to stay in one place. I should change my passport, right? I, I'm not really, inclined to it, right? And it's not really becoming a problem because some passports are considered easier to travel, right? So it's going to make travel easier, because it's a hassle when I can't just at the drop of a hat with my South African passport just travel to any country. I have to go through the visa application process, saying that this is a business meeting, and so I can't just go to the airport, jump on a flight, and go right to visa. There's not so many visa-free countries, so maybe change my passport, in that sense for ease, but doesn't mean I'm going to be that person, right? So coming back to racism, you're not black or white. Okay, you got a dark, but don't accept when someone say like, I know I have a brownish complexion, so but I have that. So what does that mean? Are you discriminating me on, or you identifying me by my complexion? And don't identify me. I identify with my qualities, right? That I am, and even you are not your qualities actually, right? You are not your mind, you are not your body. Your qualities is part of your mind. You are the soul. You are the soul which is beyond the mind, beyond qualities, beyond likes and dislikes, beyond everything, beyond what your mind can conceive of. When you experience in meditation, yoga and meditation, the silence, the nirmalsati or the no thought state, right? We're not talking about Samadhi is an experience you go to, but I don't like Samadhi. I want to come back. I prefer my own state where it's just silence. You go into silence, right? I've experienced multiple Samadhis, right? And okay, you experience the bliss and everything, and Sachidananda and ocean of love and everything. But I know that's not God, right? Because God cannot fit into my mind construct. If my own self can't fit into my mind construct, how can someone that created me or supposedly created me, right? The God, fit in my mind, right? If I can't even put, you cannot define your own. When you experience what yourself is, it takes a long time for you to understand because it's a experience of non-experience. But eventually, you're gonna get it. It took me decades to get it. What you really are. You are an amazing, and you are adaptable, right? You can adapt to different cultures. You can go change your skin complexion. Who can't do it? There is surgical procedures, right? Michael Jackson, changed his skin color, right? You can change your hair type. You can even change your hair color. You can even change your features, right? Sorry to use Michael Jackson as example, but there's no offense me. But that's his choice, right? A lot of people. I mean, in Turkey, it's very popular for cosmetics. That they come, they want to change the nose, change the eyes, change the face. You know, uh, they want to enhance their, the breasts and enhance the features, and so yeah, people is free to do it. So where does I am this race and that? Don't identify with that, that race group and all. Make your identity that I am Osman. I am a bioenergy healer. Identify with your work because that's what you're doing, right? That's your mission. And currently, right, you can, I would say that is safe to it because it's non-discriminatory, right? But certain people even discriminate. They don't want to say I'm a janitor. Can society operate without janitors? Can the world or cities? Dubai is the most beautiful, clean city, right? Can it exist without the street cleaners and the sweepers? Someone has to clean up, right? Can the toilets be so amazing and clean, right, in the Dubai Mall that every time you go into the toilet, every person, like almost every time they want to clean all the 24/7 thing, there's a person there, not 24/7. I mean, as long as the mall is open, they're cleaning after you, right? In the toilets is absolute because someone cleaning it, right? I work. I'm a toilet cleaner, right? Maybe that made the same say, no, I work in the mall and I'm part of the services, right? Service industry. I work in the service industry. You can say that because of people's, you know, uh, discrimination, right? They're going to discriminate you against you and feel that you are lower than them, right? Have proud in who you are. Don't feel you are lower than someone. Someone got more money. How long? A lot of I know billionaires they lost the money. A lot of billionaires. I've got a lot of billionaire friends, right? Me also in asset value, I'm billionaire, right? So, but what does that mean, right? So you can have nothing. I don't have any cash. I'm down, right? I lost so many this thing, my businesses, everything. Only got some useless assets. And in theory, we say this business is worth so much, bling, 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 right? And the land is worth so much, and this is worth so much, and this thing. What does that mean? I'm still need the same oxygen like you, same air, drinking. I still need to drink water. I need to eat food. There are some yogis that can live on air alone. Some can live on sunlight, amazing. That's up to them. They found the way, right? So it's just they are just different individuals. And they have certain uniqueness that can be proud, but certain thing that was traditionally discriminated against. Don't use those terms. I feel nationality is a discriminatory, term. American and I'm American or I'm German or something in a proud way. No, I don't. I am Osman, right? And that's it. People say who are you? I'm Osman, right? Even they say what nationality, what race are you? I say I don't understand the question. I'm not any race. I have this passport, right? And I have a type of passport that is like a neutral passport, right? Like a multicultural passport, right? South African passport. So hope that information helps you. Stop saying I am Pakistani, I am Indian, I am African, I am white, I am black, I am brown, I'm yellow. What is this? They are they yellow people? No, they're just people. Object object always object to people like someone who uses racism very is stand-up comedian, right? And I don't like to when I hear this thing I stop listening, at that point, and I don't want to listen to that anymore. I don't want to listen to that person once they become uh, discriminatory, and so forth, and then they say, are you Chinese? Okay. And then they use stereotypes and suddenly change the accent. Or I know people who originally were born in China and have a Chinese passport that got an amazing English accent, right? I know people who are from India got amazing English accent or amazing American accent, or I know people, African people got Indian accent, right? Can you believe that, right? So there's or so-called African traditionally, but there's no. There's Africa. There's white people in or European of European origin, right? Of Europe origin, not European, Europe origin, right? People that came and lived there of lighter, skin color, right? So this lady who said That's how the topic is. She's Indonesian. I said, no, you're not. This is being racist. And we went to a very big argument. And I insisted. I said, no, this is being. She said, I'm not racist. I'm not. I said, no, you identifying with a certain race or, nationality and everything, right? I said, no. And then, I said, don't call people by that, by nationalities and race groups, right? Don't create that. You're this who you are, right? And I am, I identify with my name. That's it. Take care of yourself always.